There was a point where we saw a proof of life video. Were you in that video?
Yeah, I am one of them.
Shine dalilin shi zai doke su kuma zai aurar da su kuma zai mayar da su bayi tunda su ba musulmi ba tunda su kristani. Kowa a Nigeria har ma Africa gaba daya.
Oh shit.
Okay, the security is out.
Be careful.
They don't have a home, they don't have security, their parents are suffering.
How does it feel being back here after 10 years? I'm in northeast Nigeria, hotbed of Islamist militant insurgency. It's our first day of filming, and there's been an attack. Crazy that this is happening while we're trying to do this story. I'm just gonna call Cora, who's our producer here. Hey, Cora. I just saw that there are some reports saying that some girls have been abducted from Borno. Have you heard anything about this?
Yes, abducted by Boko Haram insurgents.
Oh my God. No idea how many women. Different sources saying different things. Some saying 50, some saying 300. I mean, if it's up to 300, then that's the biggest since Chibok. It's been 10 years since the Islamist group Boko Haram abducted 276 girls from their school in Chibok. And kidnapping school children remains a key feature of the insurgency. We're meeting one of the girls who managed to escape recently. Lisu, not her real name, has asked to meet in secret. The state government is trying to stop the girls from speaking to journalists.
Asambisa, na fi samun walwala fiye da nan.
Lisu escaped with her children. The state has put her into group housing with other escapees.
Masu gadin wannan wurin suna takura mana, yanda suke hana mu idan mun fita, su hana mu shigowa.
Even though Boko Haram subjected the girls to imprisonment and forced marriages, Lisu is struggling with life in government care.
Sai su ta mana faɗa. Idan sun kawo mana abinci suna cewa wai mun ɗauka abincin da ake bamu, wai mun raina abincin da ake bamu. Alhali shi shekau da mutanensa ba su taɓa yi mana haka ba.
Does she regret leaving?
Tabbas na yi nadama. Har wani lokaci ina zama in yi kuka in ce me yasa na koma na dawo hannun Najeriya. Gashi ina fuskantar wani irin hali har ana zagina.
All the girls we spoke to described the same difficult conditions. Just behind me there is the compound where some of the Chibok girls are actually living at the moment. They're very tightly guarded.
See the security.
Yes. Okay, the security is out.
Be careful. In the days that followed, guards questioned some of the Chibok girls and warned them not to speak to the media. We put these concerns to the Borno state government. They said they provide the girls with enough food to feed a family of 6. They refute claims of verbal abuse by their staff. The state also says that although a curfew has been imposed in the area at night, its guards do not lock girls out of the accommodation. How did we get here?
An extremist Islamist group, Boko Haram.
230 girls were snatched from their classroom.
Public anger in Nigeria is growing.
Their trauma was one of the biggest news stories of the year.
Condemned the mass abduction of girls from their school.
Concern for their welfare went global.
About the welfare of these young girls.
In Nigeria, the Chibok kidnappings sparked a movement.
The Nigerian military last week said that it was doing all it could.
But it would be 2 years before the first girl managed to escape. Her name was Amina. She spent a month on the run with her 2-month-old strapped to her back.
Although we cannot do anything to reverse the horrors of her past, federal government can and will do everything possible to ensure that the rest of her life takes a completely different course.
Yeah.
This is my house where we live, I and my daughter.
What kind of promises did they make to you when you came out?
That he's going to take care of us and send us to school, and even our children too, because it's not our fault to find ourselves in that situation, and the children too, they don't know anything, they're innocent.
Amina wants to protect her daughter from what happened, which means moving her far away from Chibok.
I can remember there is time when she came from school crying, and I asked her, and she said that some students called her that she's daughter of Boko Haram. So, yeah.
So she came home and she was crying.
Yeah. So since that, I just think that it's better that to take her from the village.
Amina was given only £11 a month to live on. Even that small sum has been stopped now.
Yeah, it's hard for me to look up my daughter, but nothing I can do. I have to do that because I don't have no one.
The next day, Amina and her daughter take the bus back to Chibok. We're going to try and join them there. Oh my God.
What's the problem?
There's been another kidnapping.
For real?
Yeah. Kaduna. God, might be like up to 200, might be more. Wow, this is crazy. It literally says almost every family in the town is thought to have a child among those taken. That is insane. To tackle instability, government has granted amnesty to thousands of Boko Haram fighters. We've made contact with a former commander who's gone through their rehab program. These are all bullet wounds. Mohammed was one of the men that kidnapped the Chibok girls.
Na aure daya daga cikin su lokacin da aka ce musu ko su yi aure su musulunta ko kuwa su zama bayi.
They were crying and pleading to be sent home to their parents. Why didn't you let them go?
Da aka zo aka ce mana wannan addini ne, to shikenan sai mun ga sai muka shiga. Da ya zama na lokacin da zan zo in fita, to shine sai na tuna fa duk wani abin da kanka dai bai so ba dole zai bata maka rai sosai.
Tell me about the moment you decided to leave.
Kuma na ga wannan abin in na dawoma a ciki, na ga zan cutar da kai na da rayuwa na da yayan da zan haifa, so ma za su koyi wannan abin da zai zo ya bi dangi mu gaba da ya cutar da ni, shi yasa na yi tunani kuma na yi nazari.
Mohammed now works with the military. He's helped rescue 2 of the Chibok girls he once kidnapped.
Su ma suna murna kan mun taimaka musu. Da na gani a lokacin har na zubar da hawaye a yanayin da na gansu, a yanayin aulakance, amma har na zubar da hawaye a kansu. Tausayi ya kama ni. Shi yasa ina neman yanda zan yi in kashe wutan abu.
Some people will say though that you should be in prison.
Su yi hakuri, kuma Allah ya ba su hakuri, kuma Allah ya dada kara musu hakuri.
The road to Chibok is in terrible condition and long. Military checkpoints are a frequent reminder of the region's instability. We reunite with Amina. She wants us to meet the parents of her friend Helen. 10 years on, Helen is one of the more than 90 Chibok girls whose fate remains unknown. How does it make you feel when you see some of the girls that escaped? Do you feel let down by the government?
In Jagarnath, Baka Gomnara Yako quality, Kazafabaz Sora Namtarambini.
The kidnapping might have happened 10 years ago, but the pain goes on.
Where did you used to stay? Where was your dormitory?
Amina wanted to visit her old school. It's the first time she's been back since the kidnap.
How does it feel being back here after 10 years to the place where everything happened? Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, okay. I just get that courage and say that even I did 10 years in that captivity, one day I will escape.
Amina was just 17 years old when she was taken. Her education was intentionally stolen from her. Yet the only option Amina and the Chibok girls have been given to resume their studies is a place at the American University of Nigeria, AUN. It's a private and elite institution. All the girls we spoke to struggled there, and some have ended up dropping out. I've come to the capital, Abuja, to see what Nigeria's new government makes of this.
Why send them to a very expensive school? They don't have a home, they don't have security, their parents are suffering. Why take them to that kind of school? I just couldn't buy it. I don't understand it. So that when I came, they brought the bill of 450 million naira. And they've already paid this bill for 6 years. Can you times 450 million times 6? That could change the lives of every Chibok person.
Only one Chibok girl has managed to graduate from there so far.
And all of that money is going to the American University of Nigeria?
Yes. I'm not paying nobody that kind of money. Even if they put it on the budget, I will not release the money. It's me that will sign it. I will not sign it. Definitely. The girls should be considered, first and foremost. School is important, but you don't go to school on empty stomach.
We reached out to AUN several times about the issues raised, but they were unavailable. "500 miles north of Abuja, Amina and her daughter tidy up after dinner. Like she does every day, Amina saves the lunch she's given at AUN to feed them both in the evening. Amina always puts her daughter first.
Do you ever feel frustrated or angry about the fact that, you know, the government made you these promises, but they didn't stick to it?
Well, sometimes if I think about it, I'm angry. They don't want us to talk out, or maybe they think that maybe we are going to expose them that they don't do right for us or what, if you may ask me.
Do you think they did right by you?
Actually, for what he said, more especially about our children, he didn't, because he didn't fulfill the promise.